So you've made the decision that you're going to be putting your home on the market soon. Today, you're going to want to watch this video all the way through because we are going to be talking about the important things you're going to want to do before you get your home on the market. These are things that I believe will help you sell your home for the highest price possible in the quickest, smoothest manner possible. I have written out in the notes section of my phone 8 steps that you're going to want to take, and I'm just going to read through this list and chat about it as we go through. Before we get into it though, if you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in Salem, Oregon, or anywhere in the surrounding areas, I would love to work with you. My husband Spencer and I have a real estate team here in the Willamette Valley, and I will put our contact information in the description below. Step number 1 is prepare. By prepare, I mean declutter. I've said this before in videos about home selling, but decluttering, I just really stress this because I have seen firsthand as a real estate agent how this makes such a big difference in how the home presents to buyers, how buyers perceive the home, how buyers view the home. It can be very easy to get used to our clutter, but I promise you your home is going to show so much better without it. You really don't need it. So my tip for decluttering is set aside a day when you decide, a day, a weekend, a week, set aside that time, put it in your schedule, and pack up everything that you don't use like all the time, that you don't need consistently. Just pack it up and put it in a spare bedroom or your garage, because you're going to be packing anyway when you move, so this will save you a little bit of time. Then this is also a good time to just get rid of things that you don't want anymore or you don't need. Definitely do that before you put your home on the market instead of after. Okay, tip number 2 is go through your home looking at it through a buyer's perspective. It is so easy for us to get used to things like a kitchen cabinet, for example, that is chipping paint, or a small hole in the wall, things like that we just, it's been there for a while and we don't even like notice it anymore. Definitely go through and look at your home like a buyer would who's never been into your home, and then do those small things, because those little things can make a really big difference. If you're wanting top dollar for your home, I don't suggest doing big repairs, which we will get to, but just to get it in the best showing condition possible will really make a big difference and go a long ways. Step number 3 is don't over update. For most situations, if you're unsure, if your situation's a little different, let us know. We'd love to come through and take a look at your house in person and give you our best advice. But for the most part, it's usually not going to be cost effective to go through and put all new floors in your house. Probably aren't going to get a return on that, and it's just not going to raise the value enough. Usually I would say do the small things as far as like cosmetic fixes go, but I would really recommend against over updating. You have no idea how many times I've been scrolling through the MLS and the listing pictures just look horrible, and the agent, it looks like they took them on their iPhone, or they're just kind of blurry and they're definitely not showing the home in the best light. So making sure that the agent that you use hires a professional photographer. If buyers don't like your home the way that it looks online, they're not even going to schedule an appointment to come see it in person. So you really want to make sure that first impression online is good and presents the home in the best light possible. Tip number 5 is start educating yourself on the process. You don't need to be an expert, because your agent should handle everything for you, but it can help things go quicker and smoother if you at least have a little bit of a feel for the process and what to expect, especially if you're a first-time home seller. On our channel, I have a playlist called Tips for Home Sellers or something like that. It's just a playlist that's filled with tips for home sellers, things you're going to want to know before putting your home on the market, so definitely go check that out. Set the right price for your home to sell. You definitely don't want to overprice it in this market. When you overprice a home, it's going to sit longer than it should on the market. And in this market, when a home is sitting for longer than what we would expect, buyers start to think that something's possibly wrong with it, or they think they could get a deal or just make a really low offer. And obviously you don't want to underprice it too much. Sometimes we underprice things just a little bit, expecting a bidding more, and that strategy a lot of times really does work. And I have a video where I explain that strategy. We use it, a lot of agents use it, and I can definitely tell when a buyer sends me a house and it looks like it's just a little under like what I would expect something in that market to sell for. A lot of times it'll be staged, look beautiful, ready to go, and that's because they're expecting a bidding war. They've set themselves up for a bidding war. So there's multiple ways to price the property. Get rid of any odors or smells in your home, and that's another thing that you're probably used to them because you've been living there for so long, so you probably don't even like, it doesn't even bother you, or you don't even like notice that they're there. So big ones are pet odors, obviously. If you're a smoker, smoke odors, those are like two big ones we see. Really just have someone that you trust, that is truthful, that you won't get offended at, come through and be completely honest with you, because I cannot tell you how many times I've had this happen as well. We all know you can get a smell out of the house. It is possible, but unfortunately, even after explaining that to buyers and trying to tell them ways they could do it, they are so turned off by the smell that they don't even want to go there, and they don't want to buy it anymore. The smell is crucial. Step number 8 is don't get offended and be willing to work with offers. So way too often we will see home sellers take a low offer personally, or get offended at something the buyer says or does, and it's really not meant in an offensive way at all. Just keep in mind, like, if a buyer sends you a low offer, you know, you would probably do the same thing as well if you were out house shopping. You want the best deals possible, and so just have like a proper perspective. Don't take things too personally. Okay, so thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Share this video with a friend or family member who is thinking about selling their home, and I will see you guys next time.